In the heart of West Africa, a story has been unfolding that has left the world both shocked and curious. It is not the story of a corporation expanding into new territory, nor is it a simple tale of economics and trade. It is a story of defiance, dignity, and an unshakable sense of responsibility to a people and a land that has often been treated as little more than a resource for others to exploit. The name at the center of this story is Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the young leader of Burkina Faso, a man who rose from the ranks of the soldier to the position of president in one of the most surprising turns of African politics in recent years. And the event that has made headlines across the continent is his decision to reject what many described as a once-in-a-lifetime deal, a $1 billion investment offer from the American retail giant Walmart. To outsiders, such a refusal sounds unbelievable. $1 billion in a nation like Burkina Faso, where infrastructure is underdeveloped and resources are often scarce, could build roads, hospitals, schools, and more. It could provide jobs, modernize industries, and open new opportunities for millions of people. But to Ibrahim Traoré, the deal was not about money. It was about something much deeper: sovereignty, independence, and the long struggle of African nations to protect their land, their markets, and their dignity from what they see as waves of foreign domination dressed up as investment. Traoré is not an ordinary politician. At only his 30s, he became one of the youngest heads of state in the world. His speeches are fiery but calm, his posture military but also deeply rooted in the language of Pan-Africanism. He speaks not only for Burkina Faso but for Africa as a whole, reminding his people that independence is not just a flag or a national anthem, but a daily practice of saying no to domination, even when it comes with a shiny package of promises and billions of dollars. The Walmart deal was, according to reports, designed to bring massive retail centers, supply chains, and distribution hubs into Burkina Faso. It would have linked the nation to global markets in ways that could change the daily lives of ordinary people. Imported goods, global brands, fast-flowing capital. To many politicians, that would sound like progress, but to Traoré, he looked beyond the numbers. He saw that a corporation like Walmart, with its history of dominating local markets and crushing small businesses, could destroy the fragile local economies of Africa. The small farmer selling tomatoes at the market, the seamstress making clothes, the shop owner depending on local trade. These people would be swept aside in favor of mass-produced imports and corporate control. For Traoré, the question was simple. Was this $1 billion an investment in Africa, or was it a way of extracting Africa's market for foreign gain? His answer was clear, and his refusal was direct. By rejecting Walmart, he sent a message not just to the people of Burkina Faso, but to the entire West. Africa is no longer for sale. This decision has been celebrated in some circles and criticized in others. In the villages and towns of Burkina Faso, many see Traoré as a protector, a leader who dares to say what others only whisper. They see him as a guardian of African pride, someone who refuses to bow to global giants. In Western business circles, however, his decision is seen as reckless, even dangerous. How could a leader turn down such money when his country is in need? How could he block opportunities that could bring in foreign investors? But to Traoré, the answer is written in the soil of Africa itself. He knows that once you give away your markets, you also give away your independence. Night after night, his speeches echo the same message. Africa must build for Africans, not for corporations that come only to take and to profit. He reminds his people of history, of colonization, of exploitation, of centuries when Africa's wealth flowed outward while its people were left in poverty. He warns them that if they are not careful, history will repeat itself, not with soldiers and guns this time, but with contracts, investments in corporations. The rejection of Walmart's offer has become a symbol, a sign that Africa is waking up. Across the continent, people are talking about Traoré, some calling him stubborn, others calling him a hero. In Mali, in Niger, in Guinea, and beyond, citizens are watching closely, asking themselves if their own leaders would dare to do the same. Would they reject billions to protect their small farmers, their local businesses, their independence? Or would they welcome the corporations with open arms? Traoré's decision is not without risks. Without foreign investment, development is slower, and resources remain limited. The pressure on him is immense. Western governments watch him carefully, corporations consider him an obstacle, and critics wait for any sign of failure to prove him wrong. Yet he seems undeterred. He believes that Africa's strength lies not in foreign capital, but in the creativity, the labor, and the resilience of its own people. He insists that Africa must rise on its own terms, even if that rise is slower and harder. The story of the rejected Walmart deal is not just about economics. It is about identity, dignity, and the future of a continent long overshadowed by foreign powers. For Traoré, it is about drawing a line in the sand, about saying that Africa is no longer a playground for the world's richest corporations. It is about inspiring a new generation of Africans to believe that they deserve more than to be buyers of foreign goods and workers in foreign companies. They deserve to be owners, producers, and builders of their own destiny. And so the tale continues. In the streets of Ouagadougou, people whisper of their president with admiration. Farmers talk about a leader who understands their struggle. Young students write about him in their notebooks, dreaming of a future where they too will stand tall and defend their nation's independence. Across Africa, the echoes spread and the question grows louder. What is the price of sovereignty? And is it worth more than $1 billion?